Hi folks, Tony here again, and this is part 2 of the question and answer session that we didn't have time for on the last question and answer session, or at the talk we did in Holland, Jan and I. So let's crack straight on. First question. Jan says that if a dog is crying or barking or tearing stuff up while left alone in the home, the reason is that he is stressed because his babies are out and he can't watch them. What is this based on? When a child is in daycare or at home with a babysitter and the mum is out working and the child cries, you don't say that is because the child is leader. And Jan uses the example of parent-child a lot, but what do you do when your child is scared? You pick it up and comfort it. If you did that to your dog, it would confirm its fear. Why? Okay, very quickly here. The whole point here is the dog will get distressed if it believes its job is to protect the pack from danger. And if a parent, see, you're looking at it from the wrong way round here. If a parent's child goes missing, they are going to panic. They're going to get stressed, especially if they don't know where they've gone. So that's what that's based on. Using the parent-child example a lot is because what we need to do is get humans to understand the way that a dog thinks. And humans and dogs are very similar, but of course the relationship is that humans think like dogs, not dogs thinking like humans. So we put those anecdotes and explanations in, if you like, because we need to get human beings to understand where the dog is coming from. So also, when the dog is scared, if you pick it up and comfort it, yes, you will confirm the fear, because the way that human beings can do it is to make a big fuss, and the dog will think, well, this is a problem because you're making a big fuss. See, when I was a child, to use a human analogy here, I was afraid of thunder. Now my mum would just come into the room and say, don't worry love, it's just the angels playing skittles. Now that explanation, it's not the reality, it's more scary than reality if you think about it, but what was important to me was my mum, the one I trusted, was okay with it. She was calm. And the more matter of fact you are around a dog, the more you're saying is, look, the fact that I'm not paying attention to you shows you this is none of your business and therefore nothing for you to worry about. Okay, next one. My dog is a 1-year-old male. I used to be able to walk him on the lead and let him sniff around without him scent marking all the time. When I am out with him now, he scent marks every time he sniffs somewhere. Am I right in not letting him and keep on walking? Because my human thinking, here we go again, human thinking, makes me feel guilty about that. And does the scent marking stop at a certain age? Now what's happening here is the dog is 1 year old. Now 1-year-olds are at the age where they're, again, human analogy, teenager time. Teenagers can become a pain to their parents because they're starting to test the boundaries, starting to ask the question, now is it you that's in charge or should it be me that makes the decisions? So you're absolutely right in not letting him. What I do with my dogs is if they keep, they're trying to stop me, because movement creates submission, but getting you to stop as well, if it's on the dog's terms, and it sounds like it's often, is your dog saying, I can make you stop. So what I do with my two, if I feel they're doing that a bit too much, is the next time they stop, I will carry on walking just a few steps and then double back and come back to the area that they were interested in, because now it's my decision. That's what you want to be doing there. Oh, there's a second question. When I'm out with him and he is off the lead, sometimes he stays behind. When I whistle to call him to me, he keeps on sniffing. Then he looks up at me, pees, and then he comes to me. I feel that he's challenging my leadership here. Do I let this happen or do I step in? How do I react to this? Is this behaviour that comes with his age? Absolutely right, it's behaviour that comes with his age, because he's at the age where he's starting to ask you questions. What you do about this is you call him and then carry on walking. If he does anything to delay that, he doesn't come straight away, he carries on sniffing, pees, and then comes to you, without a word, get control back. Okay, become happy and in control, which is something that I said a lot of on the talk. Put a lead back on him, and then without a word, you can do a bit of stop, start, change direction to remind him, it's me that makes the decisions here, not you. Okay, next question. I want to implement Amishing bonding, but it's not that easy because I have a problem dog. I'm keeping him separate from the rest for 1.5 years now because he attacks my other dogs. I have a fence that divides my living room so they can't fight, but can see and touch each other. When one of them leans over the couch, their heads meet and they kiss each other. But if I open the gate, he would attack immediately. You can tell by the look in his eyes. I want to be able to reunite the pack and let them live in harmony, but how do I do that? I've consulted many people about this without result. Most of them said I should let them fight and resolve it amongst themselves. I can't do that because my dogs are show dogs. Is there a chance that my dogs can live together again as a pack? Yes, there is a chance. Okay? 2 things you need to do here. First of all, show them that you are the decision maker. Now, fighting amongst dogs, especially when it's serious fighting, is because there's a lack of leadership, and they know someone has to take the job. And it's often with dogs that are same age, same physical size, and often siblings, because and often the same sex, because they're going, okay, which one of us is the alpha, either male or female? So if you take the job away, you're giving them no reason to fight. Second thing is the dog that that is attacking all the others. If you want to bring him in but on a lead, so you're happy and in control of the situation, the moment he starts to be aggressive, then without a word, turn back, put him somewhere on his own and shut the door so he is isolated from the pack. And what you're showing him there is, unless you play nicely, unless you behave yourself, you could lose this pack. And that's something that a pack animal does not want to do. Next question. I have a 2-year-old Rottweiler bitch that comes with me to the office. There she stays in a big fenced garden together with my boss's 2 Pyrenean mountain dogs. Wow, that must look amazing. In the beginning there were no problems and they got on fine. Now they have hit puberty. I think we're sensing a theme to this particular Q&A. One of the mountain dogs is being aggressive towards my dog. I think that dog sees mine as an intruder, and when she attacks, my dog fights back. Okay, quickly there, before I finish the rest of the question, it explains exactly what I was saying before. You've got a Rottweiler bitch, and it's the female Pyrenean mountain dog. They're both coming to puberty, and they're both going, okay, which one of us is the alpha female? This is where it's up to you to show all the dogs we are the ones that make the decisions. I'll continue with the question. My dog didn't want to go in anymore, and so now we have divided the garden so they can't get to each other. Wise move while you're implementing the process, I would add here. When out on the lead, there is no problem, and if my dog is off the lead and the other 2 are on, it's fine too. My dog avoids the other. The situation is under control now, but we prefer it if they could stay together. Is that possible? Because me and my dog come and go every day while the other 2 stay in their territory. So, once again, yes, it is possible, providing you and your boss show all the dogs that you are the decision makers, and you do that through amishing bonding, which you heard about on the talk. So you've got a good idea what you can do while you're there to give them the right instructions. Right now, the way you've got it is you've managed it and you're doing it safely. That's fine. Now you've got the opportunity to change the dog's minds now that they've started to ask the question. And another question from the same person. My dog is a sensitive or an insecure dog. I'm not sure how to look at this or what to do about it. It seems to me that she sometimes feels insecure and not happy. Because of what I heard at the talk, I think I'm not the alpha, and that she took on that role, partially. For instance, when during play something happens that scares her, she will go and lie on her bench and won't come out. She has a ball she loved, but ever since she probably hurt herself playing with it, she doesn't want to come near it again. I don't know what to think. Does she trust me? And what do I do about it? Out on the walk, everything seems fine. I already started to implement the 4. Great. If you already started to implement the 4, you're going to show her that you're the decision maker, not her. And of course, the dog is in a world that it doesn't understand, so anything can scare it. The important thing is what you do about it. Now, if during play something happens that scares her and she goes and lies on the bench, that's fine, leave her to it. But when she comes back to you after the separation, you pay no attention to her to show her, now we're back together, respect my personal space. And that's something that's going to build the trust in her for you, for your decision making. Also with the ball, if she sounds like she had an accident while she was playing with it and she doesn't want to come near it again, it's not a problem. Go on to YouTube and look up Dog Listener, ball, dog, dog, ball, and you'll see me, well, you won't see me, you'll just hear me, and the dogs. I throw a ball and you see just how important it is, or not, to the dogs around me. If your dog doesn't want to play with the ball, it's not a problem. But once you get her trust back, you may find she starts to play with it sooner rather than later.